Rebecca Davis, weird, scary, and interesting. Today, finally, we're going to be talking about TV show spin-offs. And there's a lot of spin-offs, so we're just going to be talking about just a few of them. Okay, let's get it. Spin-offs are TV shows that are centered on characters or storylines that are connected to its parent show. TV show spin-offs is a new television series that is created based on characters or elements from existing popular shows. When a character from a classic TV show series gets its own spin-off, we get a chance to learn about a character from a classic series that would just have not been the main characters of its parent show. Like, for example, if Barney on All in Family Barney Hefner got on All in Family, got his own spin-off. We would learn more about his very depressing life. So, just using that for example. Okay, I just have to see where parent show. Okay. In this video, we will be learning all about some TV spin-offs you may not have seen or heard of, or you may seen or heard of. Okay, let's get into it. Nice. There's a lot of TV spin-offs, so just for this video, we're just going to learn about just a select few I picked for this video. Okay, let's get into it. Number one, Ada. Ada was a spin-off of the sitcom Seven Wives. When I looked it up, it's a Spanish show. Ada is, and it's based about a woman. Hey, Snowy. Everybody remember Snowy? Okay. Ada had 10 seasons, and thanks for walking in the view there. So that was good. And ran from January 16th, 2005 until June 8th, 2014. On a Spanish, as it says, Spanish television network. Hopefully I get this right. My Spanish is not very good. Telecinco. Knock that one out of the park. Telecinco. Ada is about Ada Gracias, Gracia. Gracia. Ada Gracia. Gracia. Divorced, an alcoholic, and uneducated cleaning worker, and returns to her lifelong working class neighborhood. I've never seen this show, but if any of my Spanish community watchers have seen it, you can put down in the descriptions if it was a good show. Well, perfect. We started off with a TV show about a woman, and it is Women's Month, so why not? Okay, let's move on to number 2. The Abbott and Costello cartoon show. This will be good for any of you Abbott Costello fans. The Abbott and Costello cartoon show was a spin-off of the Abbott and Costello show. The Abbott and Costello cartoon show only had one season and ran from September 9th, 1967. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. That was just Snowy knocking some dishes around. Okay, let's get back to Abbott and Costello. Okay. As we were talking about, see where it left off. Okay. Abbott Costello only had one season and ran from September 9th, 1967 until June 1st, 1968 on syndication. That's what it is. On syndication. The Abbott and Costello cartoon is an animated antics of the comics Bud Abbott and Lou Costello. However, are not drawn from their feature films, as was the case from many of the television's episodes. Snowy. So, I bet there's some of my older watchers probably remember Lou Costello and Bud Abbott. If you do remembers Bud Abbott and Lou Costello, and maybe you've watched this cartoon of theirs back in the 60s, late 60s. So, if you did, you can put it in the comments at the end of this video. Okay. Number 3. We're moving on to number 3. To Babar and the Adventures of Baboo. And this is a little troublemaker knocking over the dirty dishes. I'm gonna have to do the dishes later, I guess. Keep you from knocking the dishes over. Right? Are you telling me something? I have to do my housework? I guess so. Okay, Babar and the Adventures of Baboo was a spin-off of Babar. I bet a lot of you remember Babar when you were a kid. A lot of you younger viewers of mine. I remember Babar. Not one of my top favorites, but I've seen it. Hi, Stash. Everybody remember Stash? Now you're blocking my view. Okay. Babar and the Adventures of Baboo had only had 3 seasons and ran from September 6th, 2010 until January 2nd, 2015 on YTV in Canada. And on TFI. I've never heard of that channel. TFI. And Disney Junior in France. If any of you has heard of TFI, put in the comments what if you know what country TFI is from. I guess it's from, must be from France. Television, France 1, maybe? I'm guessing. Okay, and Disney Junior in France. So. Okay, this update of the classic Babar series introduced is the Little King's Antic, an 8-year-old grandson of Babar. So in this series, by now, Babar, his kids have gave him and his wife Clara. It's been so many years since I've seen Babar. I think it's Clara is his wife. Him and his wife have their children's given them grandchildren now, so their kids are all grown up now, and they have little grandkids now in this series. So 8-year-old grandson Badu and his friends, including Clumsy Jake, the youngest of the group, Zawadai, the protagonist, and the talkative monkey Chucky, spelled Chiku, explore the world of. Okay, hopefully I get this right, because I was trying to pronounce it when I was writing the script. Clestiville? in Ville. Clatsteyville. I think it's named after Babar's mom. I think. So, actually, I remember, it dawned on me when I was writing this, I think I remember watching this spin-off of Babar. Because for some reason I remember this little talkative monkey. Unless I'm remembering this character from the Babar series. If my younger viewers remember this, you can tell me if you remember this in the comment section. Okay, we'll move on to number 4. To Cabaret Cartoons. Cabaret Cartoons was a spin-off from Cabaret. Cabaret Cartoons had 19 seasons and ran from December 7, 1936 until October 26, 1946 on BBC television. Cabaret Cartoons is a light entertainment series that showed British cartoons that were from 1936 and 1946 that was drawn by Harry Rutherford. So it'd be around the time of the First World War. I don't remember this because I wasn't even born in that time frame. Didn't even know about it. Maybe some of you older viewers of mine might have remembered if you. There's some that are still alive that remember that. Okay, moving on to number 5. To Cabaret Cruise. Cabaret Cruise was a spin-off from Cabaret. So another Cabaret spin-off. Cabaret Cruise had 15 seasons and ran from April 12th, 1937 until October 15th, 1949 on BBC television. But an episode had been planned for October 1939. It was not broadcast because BBC television suspended operations with the outbreak of World War II. On September 1st, 1939, in 1940, Pringle relocated to Australia. It was in England in 1946 until 1947 between the spells of employment at the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, and in 1949 on the leave of absence, and produced episodes on both occasions. No episodes have survived. Daddy. Cabaret Cruise is in Cabaret Cruise. Its distinctiveness was that it is set in a fictional ship, RMS Sunshine, constructed in studio. All 15 episodes were presented by the British naval officer and broadcaster Commander Campbell and produced by Harry Pringle. So it's another one of them that were around the First World War. And it's understandable they had to stop that a little bit because of the outbreak of war. Not much you can do when that happens. So you got invented, it just moved. Great idea, I guess. Okay, we'll move on to number 6. To Comedy Cabaret. On to another cabaret. Comedy Cabaret was a spin-off from Cabaret. Comedy Cabaret had 5 seasons and ran from January 18, 1938 until February 8, 1939. On February 1939 on BBC television. No episodes have survived. It was a live variety programming that the three 1938 episodes was reduced by Harry Pringle, and one of the 1938 episodes were reduced by Arthur Osmond. Osmond with a Z. You know, OOZMOND. Okay. It was kind of some of these older shows from the 30s and the 40s. It was hard to find some more descriptions for it. It's understandable. That's what they say about the silent films, that there's a lot of those that have lost over time. Okay. Let's move on to number 7, sorry, let's not jump the gun yet. Okay, number 7, to Eastern Cabaret. Eastern Cabaret was a spin-off from Cabaret, so another spin-off of Cabaret. Eastern Cabaret only had 3 seasons and ran from May 30th, 1938 until May 6th, 1939 on BBC television. The BBC television service was suspended on September 1st, 1939 with the outbreak of World War II. And no further episodes were made, and no episodes have survived to today. Eastern Cabaret was a live variety programming series broadcast. So, I was going to say, I never know. yeah, so the episodes must have lost, as I say, lost over time. Is another one that's understandable that when war breaks out, nothing much you can do. Okay, let's move on to number 8. To Interment Cabaret. Interment Cabaret was a spin-off from Cabaret. Interment Cabaret had 24 episodes and ran from November 4th, 1937 until August 29th, 1939 on BBC television. It was live variety programming that was produced by Pringle, by Harry Pringle, for the first 7 episodes, and then produced by Eric Fawcett for the last 2 episodes. The producers of other episodes were unknown, so we don't know. No episodes have survived because it's like from over time that stuff gets lost over time. As I say, is like they say they say the same thing about silent films. So most of them have lost over time. Hold on. Don't think of going on the table, Snowball. Okay. Have my eye on that kitty. Okay. Let's move on to number 9 and the last Cabaret spin-off. Thank you, Snowy. And she does it anyways. I'll deal with her later. Okay, number 9. And the last Cabaret spinoff is Western Cabaret. Western Cabaret was a spinoff from Cabaret. Western Cabaret only had 4 seasons and ran from January 10th, until August 18th, 1939. On BBC television, Western Cabaret was a live variety program series broadcast that include a set design featuring campfire and log huts. No episodes have survived, so it's another one of those shows that are that the episodes have lost over time. Like I said, like the silent films, they say there's not a lot of them that exist anymore because of like bad storaging and the way maybe the quality of that film and been used, been played over and over. You know, like you play your VHS over and over time, eventually it starts working. And probably maybe the outbreak of that major war, the Second World War, didn't help with England going through the Blitz. A lot of things happen. Okay. We'll move on to number 10. To Ali G and Da USA. Ali G and DI USI was a spin-off from D. Ali G show. Ali G and DI USAII only had 2 seasons. Was 12 with 2 seasons. Okay, it only had, sorry. Focus, Becky. Sorry. Only had 2 seasons with 12 episodes and ran from 2003 to 2004. So it's 2 series. On Channel 4. Ali G and Da USAII was a TV sketch show hosted by Ali G. Ali G takes its brand of interviews to the U.S. Ali G was played by sorry, Snowball's distracting me. That's why I'm trying to focus on. Would you hush? Thank you, Snowy. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Now, Ali G was played by how do you spell it? The way I pronounce this right. S-A-C-H-A. Sacha Baron Cohen. Hopefully I got that guy's name right. Okay. I've never seen that show, but if you're into that, it's probably something maybe some of you have seen, maybe. I'm not assuming. You never know. Okay. Okay. We'll move on to number 11. It's to Chevy Street. Chevy Street was a spin-off from EastEnders. Chevy Street only had 1 episode on the BBC. 1. Savvy Street his only episode is a flashback to World War II. It is set at Christmas 1942. So it's one of the Chevy Street is as they would say kind of a period since it's based in a certain historical time frame. It would be, I guess, called historical period drama. And I guess, yeah, that's right. That's what. Since the EastEnders is supposed to be a soap opera, so it'd be, I guess I've never seen Chevy Street, but maybe some of my British viewers have seen it. They could probably tell me a little bit more if what I'm thinking is right. Okay, let's move on to number 12, to EastEnders. E20. EastEnders E20 was a spin-off from EastEnders. EastEnders E20 only had 3 seasons and ran from January 8th, 2010 until January 21st, 2011. On BBC Online. That's a little different. There's a lot of TV you watch nowadays is online, so. Like this channel. EastEnders E20 is about 4 troubled young people, and each with something to hide, share a loft, and their troubles. That seems like a nice show. No, me, I'm not a big British soap opera fan, but I've never seen EastEnders or any spin-offs. Sounds like a neat show. Okay, let's move on to number 13. To the last EastEnders spin-off is Redwater. Redwater was a spin-off from EastEnders. Redwater only had 1 season and ran from May 14th until June 18th, 2017. On RTE Ireland, in Ireland, and BBC One in the United Kingdom. From the long-running British soap opera series EastEnders comes a new drama starring Kate and Elfie Moon in Ireland, Kathy Lee no, Catherine, no, okay. My brain not working. Kathleen and Elfie Moon is what I was trying to say the woman's name. The brain wasn't working properly. Okay, so moved to the small, picturesque harbor village of Redwater in the hope of finding Kathleen's long-lost son. However, it appears that the residents of Redwater have been keeping dark secrets that they would like to keep buried. One woman searched for the son she never knew existed may end up opening Pandora's box in all of the dreadful lies and secrets that keep the village of Redwater together. Redwater is known as Cat and Elfie Redwater. Sounds like a good show to check out. If you're into soap operas and themes of mystery. Okay. Or maybe you've watched it if you're an EastEnder fan. I don't know. But still, it sounds interesting. Yeah, let's move on to number 14. To Fame LA. Fame LA was a spin-off from Fame. Fame LA only had one season and ran from October 4th, 1997 until March 21st, 1998 on Syndicate Network. Fame LA is about students attending high school for performing arts in Los Angeles. Just like its parent. But its parent, I think if I'm right, isn't Fame the show that Fame LA is from? Spinned off? Isn't that a movie? I guess it's kind of like The Waltons. It started out as a movie and got its own series. I don't know. Okay, well, let's move on. Number 15. Fame, the reality show. Fame, the reality show was a spin-off from the movie. Okay, I was right. Yeah. Fame, from the movie Fame. Fame, the TV show, only had one season and ran from 2003 on NBC. I was still in high school in 2003. The series chronologizes choreographer Debbie Allen's attempts to recreate the multi-talented performers. No, recruit multi-talented performers. ages 16 and up from across the country from falling by an intense boot camp drill by Allen as the contestants honed their skills and rehearsed routines in front of celebrity judges and family and friends. The Fields is narrated. Viewers at home determine who immediately travels the path all the way to stardom. It's kind of like how you watch American Idol, The Voice. I'm trying to name other reality shows off the top of the head that you have to. Dance of the Stars. Because this is another one you call in and vote and. Can't think of anything else. Any that you have to vote, callers vote in, and in your hands is that person's on that show's hands. You determine their whole life. Blood pressure. Okay. Let's move on to number 16. Pros and Cons. Pros and Cons was a spin-off from Gabriel's Fire. Pros and Cons had only one season and ran from September 26, 1991 until January 2nd, 1992. I was in elementary when this was on. And it was on ABC, the show was on. As I say, it was only in elementary when Pros and Cons was on. Okay, Pros and Cons is about former policeman builds an investigation agency with an over-the-hill private eye. I don't remember watching this, but then it was one of those shows that it was way past my bedtime. So, hi, Stacy. You weren't even existed when Pros and Cons were on. Were you? Because you were just born like 2 years ago. Right, Stashy? Yeah. Okay. Move on to number 17. And this one I've seen. Mako Mermaids. And you're like, no. Okay, I can give you a little scratch while I work. A little cat. Okay. Mako Mermaids was a spin-off from H2O, Just Had Water, and I've seen both of them. Mako Mermaids had only had 3 seasons and ran from July 26, 2013 until October 30th, 2024 2024. Last year it went off the air. On Netflix and YouTube and Apple TV. I bet you can probably still see it because it's streaming channels. Okay, it's about a camping trip to mysterious Mako Island. Turns out to be much more than that for outdoorsy teen Zach. Unknown to him, the island is actually adorned of a pod of mermaids. And 3 of whom Zaire, Nixie, and Leia should be guarding the moon pool, but they neglect their duties and Zach falls into it. The water of the pool endowed Zach with special powers and allow him excuse me, to transform into a merman. For any of you who don't know mythology, a merman is a male version of the mermaid. Okay. Transforms into a merman. When he comes into contact with the water, and forcing the merpod to leave the waters around the island. Not all of them leave. However, the 3 transesters are cast out of the pod and left behind to rejoin their community. The girls must somehow travel on land and convince Zach, retrieve Zach's new powers. Like, they get this, dude, they're obsessed. These 3. Really? Over the poor guy. If they fail, they remain outcasts forever. Zach enjoys his newfound abilities, and the girls are sympathetic. So they more or less sympathize with them. What's a mermaid to do? I would say I just let the guy to become a merman. If he wants to become a merman, let him do it. What more has he got to do in his life? If he wants to enjoy being a merman, do it. And the girls just leave him alone. Let him be. Okay, let's move on to number 18. H2O Mermaid, number 18, H2O Mermaid Adventures. H2O Mermaid Adventures was a spin-off from H2O. Just add water. H2O Mermaid Adventures only had 2 seasons and ran from May 22nd until July 15th, 2015 on Netflix. While exploring the mysterious island of Mako, 3 teenage girls fall under a spell that changes their lives. So what I looked up a picture of this show H2O Mermaid Adventures. It's a cartoon by the looks of it. Never seen the cartoon version, but I've seen the H2O Add Water one. Okay, let's move on to number 19. Sam and Cat. Sam and Cat was a spin-off from iCarly and Victorious. Sam and Cat only had 1 season and ran from June 8, 2013 until July 17, 2014 on Nickelodeon. Sam Puckett is a street-smart teenager who is certified master of fighting her way out of any situation. Cat Valentine is sweet, caring, absolute who has a knack for getting herself in sticky situations. When Sam makes her way to Los Angeles, the two meet and quickly become friends and roommates. After finding themselves looking after some younger kids, the teens decide to start Sam and Cat's super rocking fun time babysitting service to earn some extra cash for fun and adventures. The business is boosted by their younger neighbor, Dice. Yeah, the kid's name is Dice. Who knows all of the building's tenants and can get people pretty much anything. He's that type of guy. Including babysitting, and he has Sam and Cat fully covered. Cat's young at heart grandmother, Nora, is also around whenever the girls need her, even though her new life at Elderly Acres keep her busy. Naturally, the babysitting adventure results in wacky adventures for the girls. Yeah. So Sam is a character. Sam Puckett is a character from iCarly. Sam's was Carly Shay's best friend, and Cat Valentine goes to the same school as Victoria. What was her last name? It goes to this school that for refined arts or something. It's like a high school, but I've seen both shows. I've seen all 3 shows. You can actually see They'll show all 3 shows on streaming channels now. Okay. Let's move on to number 20. Via la Bam. Via la Bam was a spin-off from Jackass. Now, if you are Jackass fans out there, I bet there's some of you out there that are fans of that genre, you'll like this. Via la Bam only had 5 seasons. It ran from October 26, 2003 until August 14, 2005 on MTV. Via la Bam shares the crazy stunts of troublemaker Bam, hopefully I get this right, Margera, and his skateboarding friends. Episodes revolve around a challenge, missions, or theme that is completed through the series of stunts involving Bam's friends and family. His parents, Ape, and Phil, are often a target of Bam's antics, as his Uncle and Don Vito. When I was looking it up, it's actually the stunts is dangerous. As I used to say in shows, kids, don't try this at home. Okay, we'll move on to number 24. 21. Number 21. Wild Boys. Wild Boys was a spin-off from Jackass. Another Jackass spin-off. Wild Boys only had 4 seasons and ran from October 26, 2003 until February 24, 2008 on MTV. From season 1 to 2, and then it moved to MTV 2 from season 2 to 4. Wild Boys is about the Jackass alumni Steve O and Chris, hopefully I get his name right, Pontius, travel to exotic locations to interact with wild animals. The guys also tried to learn about the culture of natives in each local location they visit, while you shouldn't experience it based on the premise. The show is educational at times while talking about animals and cultures and cultures featured. That's good. You watch it. You can get a little education about the animals and the cultures. Okay. Number 22. Homewrecker. Homewrecker was a spin-off from Jackass. Homewrecker only had 1 season and ran from October 30th until December 18th, 2005 on MTV. Homewrecker was a reality show that hosted by Ryan Dunn. Ryan Dunn gives viewers a chance to get revenge on someone who has done them wrong. This doesn't seem like a wonderful idea for the show. Why would you take revenge? See the idea, but why would you tape somebody taking revenge on somebody? Really? Okay. There could be people like that, I bet, but not my cup of tea. Okay, number 23. Action Legion Now. Action Legion Now was a spin-off from Kablam. All that in all that. Action Legion Now only had 4 seasons on Kablam. And 1 season as a package series. And ran from October 14th, October 14th, 1995, that's what it meant, until February 10th, 2002, on Nickelodeon. Action Legion Now was about a team of 5 superheroes protagonist the world from evil mayor. Sounds like a neat show. I can get around a good superhero show. And it ended when I was in high school. The early years of high school for me. Okay. You're a superhero fan out there. There you go. There's a show for you. Okay, let's move on to number 24. Angelina Anaconda. Angelina Anaconda was a spin-off from Kablam. Angelina Anaconda only had 3 seasons and ran from October 4th, 1999 until December 10th, 2001 on Teletoon. Angelina Anaconda follows the adventures of Angelina and her posse of wacky pals. I was trying to remember if I seen this show. I'm not sure if I might have seen it or not, but I don't think I did. But then I think when Angelina Anaconda came on in 1989, I'd have been a million years, so it'd have been where I kind of started not watching much cartoons anymore. So that's probably why. And maybe Angelina Anaconda could have been, I've seen the picture, it could have been something that I wasn't really into, even in my preteen years. If you, maybe some of you've seen Angelina Anaconda. Let's move on to number 25. Locked Up. The Oasis. Locked Up, the Oasis was a spin-off from Locked Up. Locked Up, the Oasis only had one season and ran from April 20th, 2020 on Fox and Hispana. Lock Up, the Oasis was a Spanish thriller series that follows Masqueria and Zulema plan a last robbery to steal a diamond tiara from the daughter of an important Mexican drug lord during the young woman's wedding. Yeah, you heard it, right? Another show would be a cup of tea, but why would you steal something from a drug lord? You're asking for trouble there. Okay. Number 26. Moving on to number 26. Machine Roboto. Hold on, I'm just going to turn stuff. Okay. Machine Robo. Machine Robo Battle Hackers. Machine Robo Battle Hackers was spin off from Machine Robo Revenge of the Cronies. Machine Robo Battle Hackers only had 31 episodes and ran from June 23rd, 1987 until December 30th, 1987. Would have been a year old when this came out. When this ended. When this was on. It was on TV Tokyo. Machine Robo Battle Hackers is a Japanese animated television series produced at Sushi Productions. Machine Robo Battle Hackers was set in the year 406 AE, so like way in the future. In the electric planet BB1 falls to Mishkaodot Space Gang Goronis to fight back against them. The Machine Robo joins forces Al Gore Republic. So we've got to read joins forces with Al Gore Republic. Meanwhile, a large spaceship with 5 humans in suspended animation malfunctions and crashes lands on B1. Emerging from their ship, they find themselves caught up in the struggle between the Groningen forces and the El Egeo Republic, eventually joining forces with the rough and tumble of Machine Robo, known as the Battle Hackers team, to help save B1, eventually find a way back to Earth. In the final episode, it is discovered that the robotic wars of the electronic planet B1 were created by humans as testing ground for arms traders. Oh, that's not good. I guess it's that's what happens when, I guess, humans are involved, I guess. Okay. Let's move on to number 27. I'm getting a pain in my ankle. Number 27, Rhapsody Nisbet. Rhapsody Nisbet was a spin-off from Naked Video. I've never seen either one of these. Rhapsody Nisbet had 10 seasons and ran from December 22nd, 1988 until January 2nd, 2014 on BBC One. In 1998, okay, and then moved to BBC Two from 1990 to 2014. Okay, this is what it's about. His brash and permanently drunk Scotsman who desires in life were remarkable and unaccomplished. Get uncomplicated. That's what I was trying to get to. Get sauced at the local pub in Govan. Hang with the mates. And be the voice, however unwelcomed at times, of the uncommon man. This long-time comedy, the brainchild of writer Ian Patterson, stars Gregor Fisher as a Templar character, a career-defining role that Fisher and iconically and wanting no part of to start. And other series that particulates Scottish stereotypes. He thought, but much to his surprise, his countrymen have celebrated rap as a straddling anti-hero, despite the fact some viewers are often left baffled by his unbelated glass rating broachy, noted for the way rap noted for the way rap regularly speaks directly into the camera, and the comic way it's broaching topics such as I hate to say this word, but it's true, Nazism and sexually transmitted disease and alcoholism, and the series later episodes all rap convert to Christianity and surprised to give up the bottle. So more or less a happy ending for rap after him being so negative and what does it say? An ass. We all love a happy ending. It's not a show I would watch because I don't value those things that rap valued before. Okay. Let's move on to number 28. The Balding Man. The Balding Man was a spin-off from Naked Video. This is their last Naked Video spin-off. Okay. The Balding Man only had 2 seasons and ran from April 13th, 1995 until December 24th, 1998 on ITV Network. The Balding Man is a television series starring Gregor Fisher, a Scottish comedian. Oh, the same guy from Raps. The last one we were talking about. It was in 2 series, totally 13 episodes on ITV screening in 1995 and 1988, produced by Carlton Television by Working Title Films. Both series were also broadcasted in full in Russian channel and TB6 Moscow. Yeah. Well, sorry, my back's getting sore, so hard floor. Well, I was gonna say some of these shows at one time. What some of these are about is were okay for the time, and some of them are not today. So they wouldn't get a chance today, especially the one that we talked before the Balding Man. Okay, let's move on to number 29. But before we get that, I'm gonna get a drink and then come back. I'm back. I had to move because my back's getting sore sitting on the hard floor. Okay, let's continue. Okay, we'll move on to number 29. The Adventures of the Ocean Girl. That's weak. He's right, but his is more like water than iced tea. Okay, The Ocean New Adventures of Ocean Girl was a spin-off from Ocean Girl. The New Adventures of Ocean Girl only have one season. And ran from February 11th until August 5th, 2000. On Network 10, so it only spanned for 1 year. So like 6 or 7 months. It only lasted for. The New Adventures of Ocean Girl is a drama that is about Princess Neri returns home from a 3-year visit to Earth as she attempts to save oceans from the evil Gully? Hopefully this is right. A royal who kicks ass. I wonder if some of you have seen that. I've never heard of that. But then maybe it never got to Canada. Maybe it never was out here in Canada, probably. That's probably why I never seen it. Maybe I'll have to look it up and see if it's on YouTube. You never know. It sounds like it was maybe a interesting show. To say girl power. Okay. Now let's move on to number 30. Number 30. Sammy Squirrel Show. Sammy Squirrel Show is a spin-off from, hopefully I get this right, Pack Die / Rat-a-tat. Sammy Squirrel Show had 20 seasons and ran in the 2010s. I couldn't get exact time frame because it was hard to look for it. Even I couldn't find. I tried to look on Wiki, and there was not much it gave me, and let's just say it was a headache for looking for this. It was a great idea to do an episode for this channel about TV shows, spin-offs. So anyways, the channel it was on was Nickelodeon Sonic in India. And And Sammy Squirrel TV series is about a very silly squirrel that likes to play tricks on his friends. This series takes you through all Sammy's friendships and enemies. It shows how you can have fun, but be safe at the same time. Sammy shows how bullies are bad and that his friends help him through the hard times. Sounds like a neat show. I would like to know the time frame of what year this show came from. Because the only thing I could find was it was from the 2010s. If any of you are watching from India or Indian community in Canada, no, of Sammy, he Squirrel. Remember what year this in the 2010s it was out? You put down in the comments at the end. I'd like to know. It's hard to find on the internet. Okay. Let's move on to number 31. Well, do you remember Queer Eye for the Straight Guy? That show had some spin-offs, and this is one of them. Queer Eye for the Straight Girl. Queer Eye for the Straight Girl was a spin-off from Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. Queer Eye for the Straight Girl only had one season and ran from July 11th until May 8, 2005 on Bravo. Queer Eye for the Straight Girl was about a new team of makeover experts, the Gal Pal, comes to aid of style-challenged women everywhere. In this spin-off of Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, rather than doing complete overhauls, the Gal Pal contracts more refined in a woman's style and boosting her self-esteem. It sounds like interesting. I think I remember its parody shows, the Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. I know I've heard of it. Sounds like a intro. Okay. Let's continue on to number 23. Queer Eye. Queer Eye is a spin-off from Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. Queer Eye had 9 seasons and ran from February 7th, 2018 until present day, so it's still going, and it's on Netflix. More than a decade after the original series went off the air, Netflix reboots the Queer Eye franchise with the new Fab Five. a new setting and trending in concrete jungle of New York City for communities in and around Atlanta. The style forged relationships with men and women who often have different form and leading to moments of social commentary inspired with style advice and advising people in need of style makeovers. Our food and wine specialist Antoine hopefully I get this straight. Risky? Hopefully that was right. Interior designer Bobby Breck, grooming consultant Jonathan Van Ness, fashion designer Tan France, and culture expert Kai Remo Brown, who reality TV fans may recognize as one of the housemates on Real World Philadelphia. And David Collins, who creates the original show, is on board as executive producer. So those are shows if you're good, if you're into fashion shows like that, and that could help maybe give you ideas, or you just like see how you just like shows like that. Or maybe you remember them and see them, or you watch in them still. Okay, we'll move on to number 23. Fanboy and Chum Chum. I've seen this. Fanboy and Chum Chum was a spin-off from Random Cartoons. Fanboy and Chum Chum only had 2 seasons, and ran from October 12th, 2009 until July 12th, 2014 on Nickelodeon. From 2009 to 2012, and Nicktoons in 2014. So it's more or less Nickelodeon, like, for a good part, a good chunk. And then it switched over to the later years to the Nicktoons part. to finish it off. So, Fanboy and Chum Chum are fans of all things science fiction and fantasy and wear wild superhero costumes with their underwear on the outside. Their lives are filled with adventure, from Fanboy's teacher turning into a zombie to ice monster operating the frosty freezing machine. Your pal Kyle usually tags along on their escapades. Kyle is a real wizard, but Fanboy and Chum Chum, obviously to their mystical powers, although they live in the world of fantasy. So unless they're living in real world, but they're living in fantasy. So it's a weird, very weird show. I think we had lost interest into it halfway through it. I used to watch it. Okay. But then that could be something for you if you're in superheroes. Maybe you've recently remember seeing it. Moving on to number 34, Adventure Time. Adventure Time was a spin-off from Random Cartoons. Adventure Time had 10 seasons and ran from April 5th, 2010 until September 3rd, 2018 on Cartoon Network. Adventure Time is about 12-year-old Finn battles evil in the land of assisted by his magical dog Jake, and Finn roams the land of fighting wrongs and battling evil. Usually that evil comes in the form of the Ice King, who is in search of a wife. He decides he should wed Princess Bubblegum, though she doesn't want to marry him. He's like, oh no, you're not my type, honey. Still, he proceeds. He's a man that doesn't take no for an answer. In trying to steal her away, and Finn and Jake, along with Lady Raincorn, a cross between a unicorn and a rainbow. Whoever made that up got interesting imagination. Do their best to keep her from harm. I think I've seen like maybe one episode of this. And it's not that bad. As I say, whoever made this show, created this show, had one hell of an interesting imagination. Have a an animal crossover from a unicorn and a rainbow. Okay. That's something. It's a good show. I'm not seeing all of it. I remember seeing it advertised on Cartoon Network and seeing like one episode. Not bad. Okay, let's move on to number 35. The Bravest Warriors. Bravest Warriors was a spin-off from Random. This is the last spin-off from Random we have here. Cartoons. Bravest Warriors only had 4 seasons and ran from November 8, 2012 until December 24th, 2018 on YouTube. US were 1 to 2 seasons and 3rd season and 1 episode. And on VRV in US were 3 to 4 seasons and 2 to 6 episodes. And on Teletoon in Canada and Boomerang in Canada, Bravest Warriors is an animated series set in the year 3085 onwards. So it's like further into the future. You can say it's futuristic setting. It follows 14 teenage heroes for hire as they're wrapped through the universe to save adorable aliens. Their worlds using the power of their emotion. It was created by animator Pendleton Ward and also the creator of Cartoon Network's Adventure Time. So that's the guy that got that very interesting idea for Adventure Time. So this should be interesting too. If you're believe in such things as aliens. Oh, there you go. You can check that out. Okay, let's move on to number 36. True Groovy Ghouls. Groovy Ghouls was a spin-off from Sabrina. Oh, I didn't. That's interesting. And the Groovy Ghouls. Groovy Ghouls only had 1 season and ran from September 12th, 1970 until September 17th, 1972 on CBS. Honestly, I never heard of this because I was born in the 70s. Groovy Ghouls is about the adventure of the residents of a haunted boarding house of Malmstorm. does. Sounds interesting. Sounds terrifying. Now, move on to number 37. To Heartbeat. Heartbeat was a spin-off from Hearttake. Heartbeat had only 10 seasons. And ran from September 14th, 1984 until November 17th, 1993 on Children's BBC. Heartbeat is a children's BBC television program presented by Tony Hart. The series, my phone's hearing me again. The series was, stop that. The series was followed on from Take Heart and taught children how to design art features and use everyday items to make objects. It's another show that I had trouble looking up what the origin was, like what it meant, what the overview of it. Okay. Let's move on to number 38. Avengers Assemble. Avengers Assemble was a spin-off from Ultimate Spider-Man. Avengers Assemble only had 5 seasons and ran from May 26th to May 26th, 2013 until February 24th, 2019 on Disney XD. Avengers Assemble is about Iron Man, Hulk, Captain America, and newcomer Falcon are members of Avengers Assemble. Members of Avengers, featured in this animated program. Iron Man leads the team as the heroes live and train in their new headquarters in Avengers Tower. When the team assembles, no villain stands a chance, as the Avengers work together to encounter evildoers with whether they stop Doctor Doom from conquering Asgard, or preventing Dracula. Oh, Dracula's on this. From unleashing vampire hordes. Avengers do whatever it takes to succeed and make sure the good prevails. Oh, that's nice. Okay. That's a good show if you're, as I say, into superheroes. Okay, let's move on to number 39. Hulk and the Agents of Smash. Hulk and the Agents of Smash was a spin-off from Ultimate Spider-Man. Hulk and the Agents of Smash only had 2 seasons and ran from August 11th, 2013 until June 28, 2015 on Disney XD. Villains beware, because some of Marvel's strongest superheroes What are you doing, Snowy? Marvel's strongest heroes: Hulk, She-Hulk, A-Bomb, Red Hulk, and Shark. Shark, S-K-A-A-R, are banding together. The members of the group, Agents of Smash, are setting out to prove that the monsters, but rather Hulk-sized heroes. The heroes live together, so in addition to tackling worldwide threats such as trying to prevent other planets from crashing to Earth, they also must deal with normal family problems, like trying to housebreak a pet. Although most families don't have a giant red T-Rex. Hello, Snowy. You've been caught. You're on the island. As a pet. I think a giant red T-Rex would scare the crap out of the Snowing stash if me and Anita have one. Give this one a heart attack. Probably eat them alive. Keep you two out of in line, that's for sure. Yeah, it would give great big. You'd have to have a big pooper scooper. If we're having that type of pet. Okay. That's another. If you're a superhero fan and you're just a Hulk fan. Hulk smash. Isn't that what he says? Okay, move on to number 40, Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy was a spin-off from Ultimate Spider-Man. Guardians of the Galaxy only had 3 seasons and ran from September 5th, 2015 until June 9th, 2019 on Disney XD. Guardians of the Galaxy is an animated series based on the blockbuster film of the same name. Follows newly formed team that has forged a strange artifact link to the DNA of Peter Quill. When he opens it, Quill unleashes a map that leads to locations of cosmic seed. Cosmic seed. A powerful weapon that has the ability to give birth to the next universe. The Guardian must locate and protect the cosmic seed and keep it out of hands of evildoers who would abuse its powers, including trickster Loki. The convincing brothers, the collector and the grandmother, and the glacier big boss, Norris. Okay. Well, if you're a fan of the Guardian of the Galaxy movies, so here you go. There's something for you to check out, maybe out, or okay, we'll move on to number 41, the originals. So yeah, we're moving away from superheroes to something else. The Originals was a spin-off from The Vampire Diaries. The Originals only had 5 seasons and ran from October 3rd, 2013 until August 1st, 2018 on the CW. The Originals is about Claus. About Claus. The original vampire / werewolf. Hybrid. There would be something to see. Returns to New Orleans, which his family helped build to investigate rumors of a plot against him in the spin-off The Vampire Diaries. My roommate's home. Oh, she brought mail. It's cold. Okay. Oh, here, I'll pause. I'll be right back. I'm back. Needed to tell me something. Private. Okay. Rumors of the plot against...
Okay, it was the meat.
Air fryer. On top of the air fryer. Oh, here, I just have to help her. Okay, let's, finish what we're doing. Okay, which is, family helped Bill to investigate rumors of plot against him in his spin-off of The Vampire Diaries to find former protege Marshall reigning powerful over its inhabitants, causing growing tensions in the supernatural community. Claus, his brother, Elijah, joins him, and they learn their werewolf, Haley, has fallen into the hands of defending witch who has life-changing information. Now I put more iced tea powder in. Let's see if this will be better. Better. Anita, you not gonna say hi?
Hi. Hi.
She had a babysit today. Okay. Claus and Elijah plan to reclaim the city, while waiting to see if their last remaining sibling, Reebok, will leave Mystic Falls to join them. They form an alliance with the witches to help further their case. Yeah, a vampire has the exact same last name. Has a name Claus. Don't get confused with Santa Claus. Saint Nick's not a vampire. It's totally a different guy. So if you're a fan of Vampire Diaries, or you're a vampire fan, this is gonna be a good show to check out. Or maybe you have, I don't know. Okay. Moving on to number 42. Legacies. While my roommate does some housework. Legacies. You don't sound thrilled.
I guess it's gonna get done.
Yes, it does. Legacies was a spin-off from The Vampire Diaries. And that's the last spin-off from The Vampire Diaries that is in this list. Okay, Legacies only had 4 seasons. It ran from October 25th, 2018 until June 16th, 2022. So it just ended not long ago. Like, we're in 2025, so like 4 years ago. It was on the CW. The Legacies is about a town of Mystique Falls. Has a new generation of protectors in this spin-off of Vampire Diaries. And the originals. So it's a spin-off of both places. Both shows. Salvador School for the Young and Gifted is the home to Claus, the guy from before. Yes. Meek Carlson's daughter Hope and Elric Solsterman's twins Lizzie and Josie. Young adults who are coming of age as witches, vampires, and werewolves, nurtured to be their best selves and overcome their villainous impulses. Together, they rely on ancient folklore and tales to learn how to battle their far-reaching enemies and attempt to keep balance in the world. So it's kind of like it's a school, kind of almost like the Harry Potter school, that they go and they learn how to hone their skills and in their powers, and as it says, overcome their villainous impulses, which is that Naggy level voice, and you saying do it, which you're trying, and it's like shut up. Okay, let's move on to number 43. Perils of Penelope Pitstop. The Perils of Penelope Pitstop was a spin-off from Wacky Races. The Perils of Penelope Pitstop only had one season. It ran from September 13th, 1969 until January 17th, 1970 on CBS. The Perils of Penelope Pitstop. First appearing as one of the many competitors in the 1968 animated series Wacky Races. And pink-clad Southern Belle Penelope Pitstop graduated to her own show the following year, bringing along former rivals, the Ant Hill Mob, as somewhat reformed co-stars. In this spin-off, sinister villain, the Hooded Claw, voiced by cackling Paul Lind, follows Penelope in her adventures across the globe, piloting near reversing ways to bring her demise as the Anthill mob races to her rescue. Trapped in a constant strain of life-threatening predicaments, the resourceful heiress always manages to pull off last-second escape. And much like the heroines of the silent movies, cliffhangers that obviously inspired this series. A girl that knows how to race. Girl, I think I've heard of this. I know I think I have some recollection that I did once see Wacky Races one year for around the Olympic year. One of the Olympic years. It seems like a interesting children's cartoon from the 60s, 70s. Okay, let's move on to number 44. Dastardly and Muttley in their flying machines. Dastardly and Muttley in their flying machines was a spin-off from Wacky Races. Dastardly and Muttley in their flying machines only have one season and ran from September 13th, 1969 until January 3rd, 1970 on CBS. Dastardly and Muttley in their flying machines is about villainous Dick Dastardly and his sneaking canine sidekick Muttley, taking their deserted antics from the roads to the skies. The spin-off of the cartoon Wacky Races. Their mission: stop the bugle-blowing Yankee Doodle pigeon from delivering whatever urgent messages are contained in his satchel. Besides the title duel and other misfit members of the high-flying Vulture Squadron, including Cowardly Zitly and Sheriff Designer Clunk. Who's mainly mechanically. Oh, she needs my help. Sorry, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Yes, it is. I just got whatever I could out of that.
Yeah, no more butter.
No. Many mechanical encryptions look into devices, but are quite able to stop their pigeons. Dashley and Muttley and their flying machines. Sounds like interesting show from spin-off from the Wacky Races. Okay, we're gonna move on to the last Wacky Races spin-off that's on this list. Hello, Snowy. Hey. Number 45, Fender Bender 500. Fender Bender 500 was the spin-off from Wacky Races, and it's the last spin-off for this of Wacky Races for this video. Fender Bender 500 only had one season and ran from September 16th, 1990 until January 18th, 1991 in syndication network. Fender Bender 500 is one of the animated series in Wake and Rattle and Roll. It was a revival of Wacky Races with Shadoe Stevens as the announcer and the racer race in monster trucks made for racing.
Hey, I gotta get this off.
That'd be quite a sight to see racing in monster trucks.
Yeah. That's several round things off.
Okay.
Does not get that disc back.
Okay. There you go. This seems like that was a good show. I don't think I've ever seen Fender Bender 500, but it'd be something to check out. She says she's never heard of it.
What is this? I'll write that.
Okay, we'll move on from Fender Bender 500 to number 46, the Extra Factor. The Extra Factor was a spin-off from The X Factor. The Extra Factor had 13 seasons and ran from September 4th, 2004 until December 11th, 2016 on ITV2 network. The Extra Factor was a reality show that was extra information on the current season of The X Factor. Includes previously unseen footage and reactions shots as contestants hear what the judges have to say about their performances, and once a winner is chosen, this competition program continues and airing unseen audition footage, frequently featured singers and not featured in the main program. So it's kind of like, you could say, the Extra Factor was the behind the scenes, what you didn't see from the X Factor. I'll be back. I have to help her get a kitty out of the way. Okay, as I was saying, it's the Extra Factor. It's like the hot behind the scenes of X Factor. And speaking about X Factor, there's another spin-off we have here. It is the last one of X Factor. Number 47. The X Factor. Battle of the Stars. The X Factor Battle of the Stars was a spin-off from The X Factor. The X Factor Battle of the Stars only had one season and ran from May 29th until June 5th, 2026 on ITV Network. The X Factor Battle of the Stars is a UK celebrity special edition of The X Factor. It was created by Simon Cowell. So he had the British edition and the American edition. And this is for the United Kingdom. Okay. On the last, which the edition of The X Factor, which seen on ITV, starting on May 29th, 2026, lasting for 8 consecutive nights. How's it taste?
What's in this bowl?
I'm just like, it has to stand.
Where did you get these potatoes from?
The
I
cup.
had some out.
Oh, on ITV starting on May 29th, 2006, and lasting for 8 consecutive nights. Pop Idol was meant to air in its place as Celebrity Pop Idol, but was stopped shortly before transmission. When ITV picked the X Factor, picked X Factor over it. So Pop Idol never existed. Oh, I can fix it. I'll be back. Okay, I'll be back after we have some supper, and then we'll go on to number 48. Be back shortly. Okay, I'm back. Let's get back into the spin-offs list. Okay. And now we are moving on to number 48. Yo MTV Raps Today. Yo MTV Raps Today was a spin-off from Yo MTV Raps. Yo MTV Raps Today ran from 1989 until 1992 on MTV. Yo MTV Raps Today was a television show on MTV that primarily focused on showcasing rap music videos from the biggest and the most notable rap artists of the time. Interviews with promoting rap artists, live and studio performances, and comic elements. This is one of the other shows I was having a tough time trying to find what it was about. So I had to use what I could find, that because it was mostly coming up with it's parodying the show, the Yo MTV Raps. So yeah. Let's move on. So I guess it's something, a show that somebody that's into rap music or hip hop music would be interested. Now, moving on to number 49, to MTV Jams Countdown. MTV Jams Countdown was a spin-off from Yo MTV Raps. MTV Jams Countdown ran from 1992 until 2000. On MTV Jams Countdown is a music countdown show that features hip hop and rap music. So yeah, it's a countdown show that shows that genre of music. Okay, let's move on to number 50. Yo-yo. Number 50. Yo. That's what I meant. Yo was a spin-off from Yo MTV Raps. Yo ran from 1996 until 1990 on MTV. Yo was a TV show that featured hip-hop music that was on MTV. It's another show that I was having no luck finding any info on what that show was about, so I just went for what I found. So. Okay, let's move on. It looks like we're almost done. Okay. We're moving on to number 51. To Station Zero. Station Zero was a spin-off from Yo MTV Raps. Station Zero only had one season and ran from March 8th until April 6, 1999. So, not even a month in 1999 it lasted. It was on MTV. Station Zero is American daily adult animated live action hybrid series that aired on MTV for one season in early 1999, airing Monday through Friday at 6:30 p.m. The show followed a group of 4 Bronx teenagers who ran a fictional public access television show called Live from the Bronx, and where they watched hip-hop videos and critique them in similar manner as that of Beavis and Butthead. Who doesn't remember Beavis and Butthead? Okay, it was based on a view from the Underground, a comic strip from the same team which ran in the source from 1991 to 1994. Yeah. Sounds like it would have been an interesting show, but it's too bad that it didn't last long. Because some spin-offs don't last very long. Look like with this Chicago Law, it didn't have a good enough run. It would have been probably an interesting show if it had a good enough run. Okay, moving on. Let's move on to number 52. To Direct Effect. Direct Effect was a spin-off from Yo TV Raps. Direct Effect was 1 hour. MTV counts down the top 5 most requested rap and R&B videos that had ran from 2000 to 2006 on MTV. That's good. That genre of music, type of genre of music had a type of countdown music video for that type of genre of music at one time. Okay, let's move on to number 53 and the final spin-off from this video, from the script that I made for this video. Is Softly, 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 Softly was a spin-off. Softly was a spin-off. Softly, Softly, Softly was a spin-off from Z Cars. Softly, Softly only had five seasons and ran from January 5th, 1966 until November 13th, 1969 on BBC One. Softly, Softly is a British television police detective series by the BBC, screened on the BBC One and screened on the BBC One from January 1966. It was created as a spin-off from series Z Cars, which ended its 5th series run in December 1965. It's Softly, Softly was a show I had quite a bit of hard time trying to find out what the overview for it was, what it was all about. So we got if any of my viewers, British viewers, or anybody that's into British shows and to get have they ever seen Softly, Softly? knows what it's about, you can put it in the comments, because it's mainly is about a police, well, a police thing, police cop shows. Okay, if you like that, like this video, this topic that we talked about, about some spin-offs. There is some spin-offs you may have not ever seen, or you might have. So if you seen or heard of any of these spin-offs that we talked about in this video tonight, put down in the comment which one could be your favorite, or which one you've actually heard of or seen. So, you know the drill. I'm losing my voice. Like and subscribe and comment. So, and next week I'm gonna be talking about actually badass historical women from history, since it's Women's Month. So, okay, I'll sign off now and say goodbye.